field. So I'm excited to read to you part 1, section 2 of Singing in Every Season, from Stillness to Soaring, a devotional journey through every season of the soul. So when I wrote this devotional, it mimics or mirrors each part of a bird's life cycle in reaction, in reflection to our spiritual growth with God. Every devotional, every section is just like a page in a paragraph. It's large print, so they're really easy to read. I have designed these to do on your own, or you can actually do them in a group, whatever works best for you. So let's start out with learning to receive today. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. Psalm 23, 2 and 3. The second verse is James 1, verse 17. Every good and perfect gift is from above. Okay, side note, if you are following me on Instagram right now, you will see the beautiful, perfect gift that God has laid out for me every day on this adventure that we have been on, from Wisconsin to South Dakota to Minnesota. And yesterday, he actually brought me a present to the camper. I'm still in shock. I will be putting a YouTube thing about it later, but head on over to my Instagram stories to get the full details. Okay, let's read. Before we do anything for God, we have to learn to sit with him. The nest is not only a place of output, it's a place of overflow. It's where we learn to receive what only God can give. What does he give us in the nest? He gives us identity, healing, strength, and love that doesn't have to be earned. But receiving doesn't come naturally to many of us. We feel the need to prove, perform, or produce something to feel worthy. But in the nest, we're invited to simply open our hearts and our hands and receive what's already being offered. Receiving from God isn't weakness, it's actually worship. It's surrendering the belief that we have to do it all on our own, that we have to be social media perfect. It's believing that his goodness is not based on our effort, but on his nature. Let the nest reteach you how to rest, but also how to receive his grace, his timing, his daily bread, his gentle correction, his unshakable love. This is where trust grows, not by striving, but by surrendering, because what you receive in the stillness becomes the strength you'll carry into the stretch. So too often we try to skip the stillness because we're in a hurry to feel useful, or we want to get to the next step, the next part of the journey. I am so guilty of that, always wanting to fly from one part to the next part, right? But usefulness doesn't define your worth. Being loved does. And you were loved before you ever lifted a finger. The nest reminds you that God's favor doesn't start when you start flying. It's present while you're still and wrapped in his care. In fact, some of the most sacred formation happens before you ever step into motion. Receiving also prepares your heart to recognize the voice of the Father. So when the time comes to stretch or soar, you move with confidence, not confusion. His voice becomes your anchor. His presence becomes your rhythm. And the more you learn to receive from him here in the nest, the more you'll live from his strength later. Gosh, every time I read one of these chapters, I just get filled with this excitement, just like when I wrote this. Okay, so then after each devotional, I just have a few questions and then like a journal section here. So let's just talk about these questions here. Oh, it's somebody's birthday. Happy birthday. There's a big glare so I can hardly see. Happy birthday, I think, Miguel. Oh, yay. I see that Yada Eckfish Boy 18 is very happy. That's wonderful. I'm glad you're having a happy day today. The Lord is so good to us, isn't he? Okay, so here's our reflection questions. What is God offering me in this season that I've struggled to receive? God offers us so many wonderful gifts, but yet sometimes we can struggle in actually accepting them and taking the gifts from him. But think about that. When you give a gift to somebody and they struggle to receive it, how does that make us feel? Oh, we don't love that, right? We don't enjoy that feeling. We're like, no, take this gift, accept this gift. I want to gift you with this. Second question, am I trying to earn something God has already freely given? So often we find ourselves caught up in the striving, trying to earn more. But God's like, I want you to rest with me. I've already given you this gift. I've already given you the gift of eternal life. I've already given you salvation. You don't have to strive for it. You don't have to earn it. But because we love God, we want to do so much more for him. And then the next question, what would it look like to stop striving and start receiving? What would it look like if you just started to receive what God had for you? And maybe it's something as beautiful as a sunshine on a day after your heart has been heavy. That is a big deal. Receive the gift of the sunshine. Okay, the last question here, the journal part. Write a short letter to yourself from God's perspective, reminding you that his love is not earned but received. Let it be gentle, healing, and true. Well, I hope you enjoyed section 1, part 2 of Singing in Every Season. This devotional is 5 sections, 3 parts per section, so it's 15 days to go through it. If you go over to my channel and click on Singing in Every Season playlist, there's a list of original music that goes with this. It's going to uplift your spirit. It's going to make your soul sing for joy and in praise and worship. So check that out. Make sure you subscribe. And if you want the book, it is on Amazon. Otherwise, just follow along every day, and then you don't even have to order it. We can just do it together.